thank you to our patrons for helping make this podcast possible.
Welcome back to Void FM. It's been a long time. It's your boys, Rav and Kill Bill the Rapper.
That's me. I'm Kill Bill the Rapper, if you didn't know.
We're back.
It's been so
very big.
How long has it been now?
Months.
Like,
I think maybe half a year.
Time is an illusion, my friend.
We out here.
Mm-hmm.
Doing what we can. Not doing the most.
I'm doing the most.
Yeah.
That's the difference between you and me, man. Is if you're doing, I'm doing slightly more.
I'm doing enough. You're doing the most.
Yeah. I'm doing too much, maybe.
That's what doing the most usually implies.
Well, I'm also saying that there's, what if the threshold is different for different people? Assume that it's higher than the threshold should be.
Now that it's been so long, right? This needs to be the post time skip unveiling of like what kind of powers we've picked up over the period that we've been gone for. What are some tricks of the trade? Some new cards up our sleeves that we have yet to reveal.
Well, there's a few. I mean, I'm in Philly now. That's a superpower in and of itself, right?
That's right. Congrats on moving to Philly.
Yeah, it feels good. I
loved your lighting situation.
Yeah, man, it's really good. So
it's a really strong. What people don't know is that actually that room has no windows. That light is just one big rectangular spotlight. It's really just cranked to max power at all times. Yeah, it's really hot.
I can't. It is actually very hot right now. I just want to point that out, that I am suffering actively right now. But this is for the people, so it doesn't matter. No.
Okay.
So who could say? Some would say like, Bill, you've been living there for what, like three and a half months or 2.5 months? I don't even know. Time is time.
I think you've been living there for at least 4 months.
Probably 4 months. Okay, let's say 4 months. It's February. Well, it's February when I moved in, February 1st.
Yeah, so it's been 4 months.
It's May now. So
yeah, it's mid-May.
Yeah, it's mid-May.
4 months.
Anyway, let's not get too caught up on.
Let's not linger on that.
On the numbers, but you might be saying like, oh man, why didn't you get a curtain for this giant window right in front of you?
That.
A lot of people have been asking me that. I've been getting a lot of fan mail about it, and
a lot of people have been calling in.
Yeah, particularly like the neighbor that's spying on me, who sees me making beats at 4 a.m. with my shirt off. It's because I have a wonderful view, and I keep going, I should probably I go through this time of day and I go like, man, I should probably get a curtain. But then when the sun sets, then I'm like, damn, fuck the curtain. This is all worth it.
Here's a thought.
Yeah.
You should not like barricade the window with bricks, right? A curtain usually you can like pull aside, so when like the sun sets, you can part your curtains and look outside.
Well, see,
and then in the morning when the sun rises, you can close the curtains again.
You're right. However, there is it's a family thing. It's kind of a religious thing actually, that we can't do that. So
can we delve into it a little bit? I like to be culturally sensitive.
I think sometimes it's like, if you got to ask, then, maybe you're not supposed to know, You ever think about that? If you got to ask, then maybe you should.
You would make a fantastic professor or teacher.
You think so?
I think. Yeah, I think so.
I would say that when a curious mind comes up to me is like, but why is 2 + 2 4? Then I'd be like, who is to say if you are even should be privy to that knowledge? Like, think about that.
Let's act this out. You're a teacher. I'm a student.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so 2 + 2 is 4. Right?
Yes.
How does that work?
Oh, well, there's 2 and there's 2 and then it's 4.
Okay.
Yeah. This is
That's
2.
pretty good.
This is 2. This is 2.
You actually explained it this time, though.
Okay, well, let me do it
rather
again.
than going like, who is to say what?
Okay, let's do it. Let's run it again. Let's do something a little bit more complex.
See, because the problem is if you answer that question with a 4, and then the next question is like 3 plus 3, and that's kind of hard for you, then you're fucked, right?
Yeah, dude.
You're like,
yeah, dude.
You made yourself look like you know shit.
Think about it like this. Think about this. 2 plus 2, 4. 3 plus 3. Who is to say? Who is to say?
Yeah, I think you should demonstrate it like this to them visually. Sorry, audio listeners, but visually you have to like 2 plus 2, 4. 3 plus 3.
Yeah, a little bit of a struggle. Yeah.
Just do that.
yeah. How about this? Sorry, audio listeners. You're gonna have to explain in detail what I do here. Okay. So I do it. I make it like a magic trick, kind of. I just go like 2 plus 2. What do you think of that?
That was crazy. Bill stretches balls out.
Yeah, dude. 2 plus 2, and then I just go full Tanuki.
Yeah, you go full Tanuki mode.
Yeah, you never want to go full. What is it? You never want to go full Tanuki like that. What?
Yeah, you never want to go.
Yeah,
full
yeah.
Shit. Cut this part out because my brain is focused on something silly. All right. I'm back.
He's back. Please leave that in.
My brain got silly. Your brain ever gets silly?
I think that's my secret, Cap. My brain is always silly.
I feel like my brain is silly a lot. Have people complained in your life?
No.
About like you being silly? Too much,
yeah,
or like in an inappropriate moment.
I've had people in my life because I like to be the comedic relief to like when there's like a tense moment, let's like bring it down a little bit, let's take it from a 7 to like a 4. And I've noticed that with some people that works really well and they respond very well to it. With other people, sometimes they don't like it when I do that, and I don't know how to not do that. Just as a man, I just don't know how to not do that. So
yeah, I think it's a coping mechanism, So like, it is what it is.
Do you think it's a bad thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. To try to diffuse.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a major personality flaw? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're a flawed human being.
Oh yeah, deeply.
That's neither here nor there. Bill, we're back. For all of y'all listening, all 12 of you who might remain, sorry we took so long. We've been hella busy. So much has been going on.
It's true.
In our personal worlds. So much has been going on in the world. Period. We're back. Sorry we took so long. Especially sorry to our patrons. We're going to drop a whole lot of unreleased episodes and bonus stuff for y'all.
Yes.
Back to back to back to hopefully make up for, not being around for so long.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, Mitch went full time like studying mode, so he can't be a part of Void FM this time.
Yeah. He's also gone rogue.
Kind of crumbled without him. Huh?
He's also gone rogue.
He's also gone rogue. That's a problem too.
Yeah.
We love him. We talk to him begrudgingly, but we do. We're back. We're sorry we took so long. Lots has happened. A lot is going on. A lot to discuss.
Yes. Many things to discuss, actually.
Tons and tons. And we can't wait to do it with y'all because you are now tuning in to Void FM.
4050 deep, why don't you turn around and let's get back into the table. get a view from there and I'll see what the field of view looks like.
Nice. Nice.
We're back. We're back.
What are you smoking on over there, huh?
That sheesh. Oh, let's talk about the things we noted we wanted to talk about on this episode.
Yes.
So,
yes.
because we've been away for a little while, we figured it makes sense to give y'all updates on some of our happenings, ongoings, maybe tease some of the future stuff that's going to be happening. We're going to kind of play that by ear, I think, on this podcast. But there's a lot that's going on behind the scenes. And it's the reason why I've been away. For the most part, we've been really busy. But we hope to reassure you that we're good. Everything is good. We're just working tirelessly on other stuff. Or have been working on everything but podcasting. But we're back.
Yeah.
And we tried doing some podcasting in the last few months, but without Mitch's help as a producer, like, we weren't able to really put none of that stuff out.
Yeah, it just crumbled. We failed miserably. And
we're figuring things out. We're figuring things out, though. You know, we're back and we're doing it. I'm going to keep saying we're back.
Are we back? This is the equivalent of, like, are we excited? Are you guys excited? Because I'm excited. It's the same vibe.
What's changed about you? Like, let's say this is like an anime time skip and you're like here, I'm here. Like,
yeah.
Oh, shit. Look at them. They're different. They have different shit. Like, you got the Dahmer glasses.
I do have glasses. I do have some, as you said.
Are sick.
Dahmer glasses. It's weird because, like, when I first got them, I was like, okay, just for full disclosure, I was walking around just kind of nearsighted, but just enough to where I could, like, not get in a wreck. You know what I mean? And I was always squinting. I would always be like, oh, what's that over there? Oh, what's that over there? And I hadn't gotten, like, my glasses, like, renewed, like, my prescription renewed in, like, a long time. And so I was like, fuck it. Like, one of my big things when I moved to Philly was, like, all the stuff that I've been, like, back burnering for, like, my personal, like, health or, like, mental health or anything. I was like, I'm taking care of shit when I move, you know? And so I went, got some glasses, and then everybody was like, yo, those glasses are sick. And I've decided to just, like, full time, like, no contacts, like, just be a glasses guy.
Hell yeah.
And
it's a good look.
Thank you.
I like it.
I appreciate
it. Also
it.
distinguishes you from a lot of, like, other, like, dudes where I've been like, hey, look, it's a white man with a beard and a hat.
Yeah.
And tall.
Yeah.
That's you.
I still get
but
those.
Now, like, I have to add glasses to the mix for it to work.
For sure. But then it also makes things, like, very, like, oddly specific ones, like, come true. Like, we've hit a niche now. So before it was like any chubby white bearded man who's bald, or maybe not bald, just in a hat, you know? And so I still regularly get DMs that are like, is this you? I told my girlfriend this was you, ha ha ha, or whatever, you know? And I get that, like, pretty constantly. But now it's less, but the ones that I'll get, I'll be like, oh, this is a little too close, you know? It's a little too accurate, you know?
Yeah,
so,
because it's become so niche that when people do find it, it feels like uncanny.
Yeah, the frequency has gone down, but the intensity has gone way up, you know?
Yeah, okay.
So,
okay. Hey, but you know what? Quality over quantity, I say.
Exactly. But no, got the glasses. I started working out, like, super regularly. I've lost, like, almost, like, 20 pounds now, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get jacked. Fucking
true.
Look at me, dude. I'm so fucking strong. Anyway, so that's going on, and also I'm a city slicker. Yo, you know what's crazy? Hold on, this is a segue, but I need to talk about it. For whatever reason, when I was in high school, there was a dude. His name was Matt, and he would follow me. This big dude, kind of chubby. Right. And, like, cool guy, though. Right. And he was a few years younger than me. And every time he would see me, he had, like, a nickname for everybody. And for me, most people didn't give me a nickname. It was just I went by Billy at that time. Right. And so he just looked at me. He was like, Philly. That's Philly. right? That's how he talked. He talked like an old, like 45-year-old white man who's like in a jazz club or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he always called me Philly, and then also Philly cheesesteak. We Philly cheesesteak. And it's funny that now I'm in Philly, so something to think about. Maybe you can see the future.
Billy, please make a Philly cheesesteak.
Damn, you've been
Will his knees
you've been fucking with Marshall, huh? You've been fucking with Eminem.
Skibbity jibbity.
Yeah,
Skibbity, 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 skibbity.
yeah, the fact that you made me say that on stream was crazy.
Well, that's a great segue. Bill's been back in the world of streaming regularly for a minute now.
3 times a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
And you're even posting highlights and shit like that now on a secondary YouTube channel.
Yes.
Why don't you talk about that?
Yeah, I started a channel. Mitch is doing highlight videos for me. It's called channel's called Kaiju Billy. It's gonna be a place for all of my like non-music related content. I've been kind of working on some other stuff in the back, like in the way back, just to post on there that is not just stream highlights, but a lot of them are like, if you can't ever make it, I never like watched a lot of streamers. It's just like you and like 2 other people, you know what I mean? Like you, Lucio, and then that's it pretty much.
And I haven't streamed in 4 months.
Yeah, which we got to talk about that too. But I've been sent on a mission from my chat to talk to you about that. But it's been really fun. I've been hitting a groove with it. I've been seeing a little bit of growth too, which is nice. I'm like, oh, this is neat. But the Kaiju Billy channel is sick that there are people like me who like, I watch highlights of people all the time on YouTube. Yeah. And so it's cool that there's like a little audience for that too. So it's been fun just doing things. But yeah, my chat is like very aggressively like demanding that you come back. And I know that you will come back on your own time when you're ready.
And it is very sweet of them.
Yeah, but
I hope to reassure people hey, keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to be putting out.
Worth the wait.
And some of it will come out of nowhere. Some of it I'll give a fair heads up on and shit like that. But I've been working on a lot of stuff. Yeah. And I know it seems like I've been absent for a minute, other than putting out like Full Bloom and doing a music video for it.
Which was fire, by the way. The video and the song are super crazy. It's a real like
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. I think that it's a real, like, a lot of people really like that joint. Like it's awesome.
Yeah, seems that way, which I'm happy about. That's off of my next like main project, main LP.
What could it be?
But I've got some other things in the works.
Well, I've been sitting here yapping about all these things that I have going on. Like, what do you want to talk about that you've got going on? Like, I know you just said that you've been working on a lot of stuff that's kind of secretive, but
well, that's the thing. I don't know. I've been organizing it all. I've been assessing it and thinking about how to roll some of it out. I want to roll some things out to kind of like bide my time with my main album, to give myself a little bit more time to finish it up. Yeah. To work on that. So I want to do that. I've been working with people as well in the background on some other stuff too, just music not related to my projects. I've been working with McKinley.
Hell yeah.
McKinley Dixon. I've been working with Potsu again.
Nice.
Great. You know, just to name a few. Open Mike Eagle's been asking for a beat tape and some sort of feature.
Oh, you gotta give it
to work on.
You gotta give it to him.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I just haven't had like the right moment for right joint for him just yet, but I definitely want to do that as well.
It'll come.
There's a lot that's going on this year that I want to work on. I'm working on editing your music video, obviously, which by the time this episode's out, it'll be out. I'm going to be putting out another video that I'm editing. I want to shoot another video or two for my album that's coming up. a lot of video stuff. I want to get back to cognitive exotica as well.
I'm super excited. I'm very excited about that. I think that was like a really cool part of like that lead up to the first tour and everything. I felt like it really like sewed everything up. Yeah.
Speaking of the first tour, I would like to take this opportunity to address something that we've been getting questions about a lot lately. A couple months ago, maybe a few months ago, Deception Falls was taken off of streaming platforms. You can still find it on Bandcamp for free and on YouTube, not monetized. But essentially what the deal is there, we usually release through a distribution company like DistroKid or CD Baby, you know what I mean? For Deception Falls, we released it through Warner, and we had a 3-year contract with them, and it came to an end a few months ago, and we haven't re-upped the music because there are people who were a part of making the project who have expressed not wanting that music to be up.
Yeah.
And so we're honoring that request, but we're also still keeping it available for free on YouTube and Bandcamp, so that, you know, if you want to listen to it, it's still there. There's still ways of doing it. I know that some people download shit off of Bandcamp and then like put it in their Spotify apps or whatever.
There's a way you can do it where you can download it just free off Bandcamp, and then you can like upload it through. I think you can even do it straight up through your phone now. And
probably.
Yeah, and then
be surprised.
Yeah, and then you can just like it'll stay in your shit forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you can do that.
Yes,
you can do that. That's hopefully that provides some clarity
for sure. I get a lot of questions about it on like my streams and just anytime I post anything. So I think it's a good opportunity to like actually talk about it further than like tweeting about it and saying it in streams and stuff like that. Hello everyone, Bill here. You might be wondering, why does my lighting look so much better? Why am I dressed differently? Why did my beard get slightly shorter? Well, let me tell you, through the power of editing and Mitch's ingenuity, I have inserted myself from the future. Well, technically the past if you're watching this, but the future of what we recorded. Anyway, I talked about some stuff with Rav on the podcast that were actually secret. I can't tell you what they were because I thought it was something that would have already happened when the episode came out. See, we're seeing a theme with time here, but it's actually going to happen after the episode comes out, and I don't want to spoil anything cool. So if this is an indicator for like, oh shit, I should be fucking excited about some cool shit that's happening, maybe it is, maybe it's not, who knows, you know? Time is an illusion. But I wanted to say, while I got you guys here, since we talked about this pretty extensively, perhaps I could tell you guys a little story. I'm actually going to tell you guys the story about the first time I ever smoked weed. Well, not the first time I ever smoked weed, because the first time I smoked weed, I did not get high. And people say like, oh, you know, it's like a myth that you don't get high your first time, and a lot of times it's like people will not know how to inhale weed right or whatever. I inhaled, I coughed, and for whatever reason I never got high, so that's kind of weird. But anyway, fast forward, I was like 19 or so. I didn't do alcohol or drugs in high school or anything. I drank like once in high school. So anyway, I was with my friend and his dad. I'm not going to say what he does for a living because I don't want to like blow up his spot, but basically he had to be on call for reasons late at night. But it was a 24-hour call situation. And he didn't want us smoking weed. He was very adamantly against us smoking weed or anyone smoking weed, right? So my friend bought some weed, and his dad goes to sleep, and we went back to his backyard, and he had it was like a Dr. Pepper bottle that was like had some like PVC pipe through it, and he made a bong out of it. He called it DP. Thought it was funny. Anyway, so we went out there and we smoke. And I take a big rip and I exhale. And there's a part of me that felt like weed doesn't actually get you that high because of my other experience. So I thought it was just something that just kind of, it was an easy, mellow, whatever. Like you don't really even feel it happening or something, you know? Like the equivalent of smoking a cigarette. Anyway, I take a big rip and I exhale and I'm chilling and we're looking up at the stars. Now there's like little to no light pollution at this place. I grew up in a small town, so the stars look beautiful. And then he says to me, "Hey man, isn't it crazy how it just kind of keeps going and going and going?" Talking about the stars, of course. So at this point, that just blew my mind. The idea of like this vastness of space, my mind is like, and I am high as shit. I am so fucking high, dude. Like, I don't even know. I'm like at that point where I'm like, whoa, you know, the kind of high that you wish you could get when you smoke weed nowadays. Anyway, so we're out there for a little while and I'm kind of just assessing my situation. Well, my friend actually this was our first summer back from college, and he went to a military school, the Citadel in Charleston, and they take group showers there. So his shame completely disappeared, right? And so he looks at his pool and it was like lit up. And he goes, "I'm about to go skinny dipping." And I was like, "What the fuck? Why are you going to go skinny dipping?" And he's just like, "Fuck you, I'm going skinny dipping." And I was like, "Okay, I'm like too high to be whatever." So dude just like, you can only see his silhouette. The dude like drops his trunks and then just jumps into the water, right? Bear in mind, it's like 4 a.m., okay? So I'm like kind of paranoid at this point. If you know me, I'm kind of an anxious person, and weed makes it more so, you know? And so I say to him, "Hey dude, we should go inside immediately. All I want to do is go to bed." And he's like, he's just enjoying himself so much, and he just like points down to his dick and is like, "Look, it's floating." Okay. And I'm like, dude, like, put your dick away. We need to go upstairs right now. What if your dad wakes up? And then, so he gets dressed, all that other stuff. And he was just like, "Sorry, haha," you know, whatever, right? So we go inside. I take the bong, the little makeshift bong, and I put it under my shirt, right? And it looks, I put a book over it, like it was a yearbook, because we had yearbooks out. We were looking at our yearbooks. And, so I'm like, "Oh, this looks super suspect, but I'm just going to kind of go in or whatever," right? So I go in, and then lo and behold, the lights are on. And downstairs, his father is looking at us. My friend, just kind of like, "Oh, what's up, Dad?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got a call." And he just woke up. So he's like kind of none the wiser to the whole situation. I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. But as I'm walking, I'm so high, and it's like, I don't know if y'all have ever had this, but sometimes when I get like super duper high, it's like I don't know what to do with my face. Like, and for some reason, I had just kind of been like, it looked like I was doing dip. I was like, okay. And so I walk up, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, Bill, have a good night." And I'm holding this bong. I probably reek of weed at this point. And I make eye contact with him. And I just go like, and then I go upstairs. Now, in retrospect, he probably was like, "What the fuck's wrong with him?" But in the moment, I was like, "I made it. I got away. I got away. I got up here. And then I go upstairs and hide the bong. And then we watched Scarface, and it was amazing. But I remember I got up there and I was like, "We made it." I said it really loud. So he definitely knew something was up. But still, to this day, I am paranoid about making weird faces when I'm way, way, way too high, because apparently this is a little odd to do as a response to "have a good night." Anyway, so that's the first time I ever smoked weed. It was a little gay. It was a little strange. But I'll tell you what, I enjoyed smoking that weed. Now, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the podcast. And do.
Okay, let's talk about this. I'm excited that we're doing videos. I'm like finally sinking my teeth into the world of making music videos.
Yes.
I've made some here and there throughout the years. My first one ever that exists online being one that I did for Sludge for DataCat.
I forgot about that video.
Over a decade ago at this point, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I did Worth, of course.
Banger.
I did Things Will Get Much Worse From Here.
Banger.
Pretty proud of that one. Full Bloom.
Banger.
Was one half of that. I got to a point where I was just basically like realized that like, hey, I'm shooting everything on my phone and like a $70 Handycam, but it's all I need. And I spent so many years sitting around waiting for like a cool college kid, swagger of a college kid.
Okay.
I was waiting for like a cool art student or music video director to reach out to me and be like, I want to work with you. And then like, I don't know what I was thinking was going to happen, right? But whatever I thought was going to happen wasn't happening.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you know what? Ever since I was a kid, I loved shooting stuff and editing stuff. So I'm like,
You like
fuck it,
shooting
let me
stuff?
Yeah. For instance, Cognitive Exotica was like some of my some of the first time that I did something like that, editing something like that. And that made me realize that like, oh, I could maybe edit a music video one day.
Yeah.
And like all of these things were part of this journey of me arriving at the conclusion I'm arriving at now, which is why sit around and wait for someone else to make a subpar music video for me when I can make a subpar music video?
Yeah, you have all the tools for mediocrity right here, baby.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No.
But you feel me though.
Well,
right?
I will say, I think the one thing that is really nice about that is like, sometimes like when you're working, because I've worked with like people who've like shot videos for me and it just like didn't work out for whatever reason. And I've noticed that in those instances, there is this feeling of like, oh shit, like I know what I want and they know what they want, but it's not going to be the same thing, even if I communicate it, you know?
There's going to be a conflict there that will not resolve.
Yeah, and I feel like stripping that away entirely, like for example, like if I learned how to do videos, right? Like beyond just like making my little AMVs.
You should strip your clothes away entirely. Sorry, go ahead, you were saying?
Yeah, dude, I'll get butt ass naked and get buck. You know what I'm saying? Get to fucking. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with me today. I'm just really riled up, I guess. But no, if I learned how to shoot videos, I would make a lot more videos instead of me being like, oh man, what do I do here? What do I do there? And then when I eventually hit somebody up to do it, then it's just like I've built it up like this thing that's like really like difficult when it doesn't happen.
Come visit me in Minneapolis, because the last time you were here, I didn't have furniture yet.
Mm-hmm.
I have furniture now. You can crash at mine, and we could also shoot a video while you're out here.
I would love that. Let's do that sooner than later. I'll be on as soon as I hang up, I'm going to get on the plane.
Here's a little spoiler for the other video that I'm editing right now.
Don't do it.
It involves Square, or should I say Lucio, formerly known as Square. You wanna talk about that, Bill?
Well, he changed his name to his real name? What a fraud.
I inspired him, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, he really did,
Like,
I guess.
I want to be like, I remember there was this one day, like, and I'm paraphrasing, but he was basically like, I want to be like you, I want to be like you, big bro.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, yeah, doy.
It took you this long to figure that out? Dumbass. Yeah. What is also kind of funny because it's full circle, because your name before Rav was actually Rhombus. And it was, you took that from Square. You saw that and you were like, I could be just like Big Bro. And now he's like, I could be just like Big Bro, and going by his real name. So, you know, it's crazy. You know, time flies, people change, the world keeps on spinning, the beat goes on. Cream of the crop.
You should close your eyes, Bill. Drift away.
This is nice. Oh,
Away.
oh, this is good.
Pass away.
Are you putting a spell on me right now, dude? You know, I can tell that my sleep cycle has been fucky this past week because I've been streaming and also been making stuff like late at night. And so when you said like close your eyes, I actually felt this serene, like I could fall asleep right now moment, you know?
You're welcome, y'all. I usually charge for my services.
Can I do it to you?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Close your eyes. Make sure they're nice. Make sure they're nice and closed. Okay?
What'd you say?
Close your eyes.
A little louder, I can't hear.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Close them. Now lay back.
Close.
No, let me finish. Lay back. Okay, no. Stop breathing. Now just keep that up. No breathing allowed. We're gonna go for 10 minutes.
Keep stop breathing.
10 minutes. Stop breathing. Stop.
Dude, I think.
Do you see that long tunnel with the light at the end of it? Keep sprint towards the light.
Why is it so dark and red at the end of the tunnel?
Keep going. If it's red, it's better.
I think I see your dad.
He's shirtless. Keep going. Embrace him. Embrace him.
Embrace him.
Yeah, no. I know if my dad's in hell, he's having a good time. He's chilling.
Yeah,
he's chilling. He's got the red paint on his whole body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I'm trying to be.
Would you do that for like?
Yeah, I do it.
One of your shows.
Yeah, I do it for Bjork.
Wait, for Bjork?
Yeah.
If Bjork was like, hello, little American child. You, I don't know how to say. She would be like, put paint on.
I was referencing that dude who like painted his face and body red and then killed himself.
Oh, dude! I thought you were just.
No.
I thought you were gonna be like the devil from I Am Weasel, but
it's Bjork.
Bjork's requested it. No, it's you. You're the devil from I Am Weasel, but you're doing it for Bjork.
Why would it be the Bjork is the reference is what I'm making?
I don't know, because I was just like, I guess Bjork.
I'm just being like RXD random right now with Bjork.
No, man. I mean, I just assumed maybe there's some sort of personal connection there.
Oh yeah, me and Bjork actually go way back. Good
Dude,
woman.
I mean, like, there's people out there that are surprising. You'd be surprised that I've heard our music or heard my music at one point or another.
Yeah, you know, Obama actually put me on his playlist.
I don't know if you heard this guy. I can't say his name because I don't want to expose him, but it rhymes with Barack Obama.
Ah, yes. Osama is what you meant. His first name, but it's a chicken. It's a chicken, man.
For Barack.
Barack. Osama. it's Osama's parrot.
Osama. Okay, yeah. This is, people were asking for this podcast. They said they missed us. Yeah. I don't think they did. I think people were looking back on the best moments of this podcast through rose-tinted shade.
You might be right.
Somehow thinking they could expect that from us when we come back.
You know what's funny? the whole time when I would see people say in my streams, they'd be like, man, when's Void FM coming back? And I'd be like, soon. I'd lie to them straight to their face, right? But in my head, I'm thinking like maybe it's like for the best if they don't. You know what I mean? Like, I think that maybe I'm actually sparing them some brain cells. You know? Yeah. So,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not missing much.
Yeah. I mean, they're missing everything.
I was going through like some of the unlisted videos on the channel and looking some of the comments. Some of them are like recent and fresh.
Oh, yeah?
It'll be like from just like a couple weeks ago, and they'll be like, I missed this.
Oh.
And I'm like, what do you miss here? You know, like, I'm like, you're wrong.
What was the, like, you talking about like old like Chibi Chubby stuff or what?
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chubby stuff.
Yeah.
And people be like, oh man, I missed this. And it'll be something that I look at and I'm like, not that I cringe necessarily, but kind of a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know. I think we're funnier.
The other day, this is a bit of a segue, but sort of, the other day, on the way back from tour, the last day of tour, and it was me and my manager, Allie, and we were driving back to South Carolina, right? Because I was still displaced from the hurricane situation, right? And so like, so we're driving back this long drive, and she asked me, she was like, do you have, excuse me, cut that out. I don't want people to hear my ailment. She was like, people referenced both Chibi Chubby and We Don't Suck on tour. You know, you'd hear it in the Q&As and stuff like that. Be like, man, I've been a fan since We Don't Suck or whatever, you know? And so she had never actually listened to an episode of We Don't Suck. And so I sat down and I found a good episode of We Don't Suck. And it was like a bit of a fucking, like, we sound so young and full of life and without trauma.
So much whimsy.
Yeah, and so much whimsy with the world. And I get like why people would like be attracted to that. But it's also,
I was just kind of joshing.
Yeah. But no, it was a good listen, but there was definitely moments where I'm just like, this is so dumb. You know what I mean? It was
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I also get that, and I'm not saying like, oh my god, it is so beneath me to be dumb.
Yeah, because you do it like all the time, like constantly.
I just feel like we're still doing it. I just feel like our dumb has evolved.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I, of course, am gonna be partial. I'm always gonna be biased towards where I'm at. I'm never gonna be like, man, I really done fell off.
Yeah. No, well, there was one thing that I thought was very, very funny. One of my favorite bits was it was the Harry Potter episode. And it was, you were playing like a child that talked like this like the whole time and kept like putting me in situations. Yes, dude, that fucking voice took me out, dude. And it was like so many instances where it just made me look like a fucking psychopath, like for just kind of existing. And I will say, this is a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That
all my characters that I play are gaslighters, which I think reveals a lot about me.
For sure. You definitely got strong male manipulator energy in your comedy, of course.
Okay, thank you for making that distinction.
Yeah, dude. I keep seeing male manipulator fits online. It's good, but no.
Is this one?
Yeah. It looks actually just like you.
Oh no. Okay, so this is a custom hat made by Video Dave of Previous Industries.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts Video Dave. Shouts the whole Previous Industries. Still Rift. Open Mic Eagle.
Oh yeah, goats.
I copped this when I was touring with them briefly, filling in for Cavalier on tour.
Hell yeah. I bet that was
he was touring with Billy Woods at the time, and I think there was like either a conflict of dates or no, I think there was a delay. His plane might have been canceled or some shit.
Yeah.
And so I had to come in.
Yeah, that's that, which was crazy that I remember when you did that. That shit was really cool.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that since we stopped doing the podcast, we did, right. I've also hung out with Ant. I got to meet Slug. I got to meet Brother Ali.
Hell yeah.
I got to see Dan and Brian of Ninja Sex Party.
Hell yeah. I got to see Brian
again. The homies, when they came through town, they hit me up, reached out, and I went to their show, and that was fucking fun. Damn, I'm sure I'm missing so many other things, but sorry, I'm ADHD as fuck, and I just suddenly remembered those little things, and I wanted to throw them out there. I want to go to more shows in general.
Oh, for sure.
Shows. It's so much fun.
Well, there is one other thing before I start talking about show stuff. I did want to point out there is one thing that I didn't bring up, which I wish I did now, because you brought up my glasses. You got the mustache, man. You got it in full effect. That shit looks hard as hell.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've undergone different variations.
Handlebar.
I'm shaving it, starting over, trying a slightly different look. Kind of shave it like to make it kind of skinny a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like, it starts to look like a pedo stash a little bit.
Yeah. It's a thin line.
It's tough.
It's a real thin line between like the hardest cholo stash you've ever seen and like a pedophile mustache. You know what I mean?
And that's the problem with a real thin line.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure it's not too thin, It's like it gotta be the right thickness.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know. It's just this is the new thing for now.
It looks good, man. I feel like it makes you look like older in a good way. Like it's like makes you look mature, very like it's very becoming of you. Looks good.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. Also,
I'm just thinking long term, like my face wrinkles are going to become more and more pronounced. As I go closer and closer towards my 40s, and facial hair can obstruct that.
Yeah, that's what I've been banking on for the past 10 years of my life.
Anytime there's a wrinkle somewhere, I'm just gonna
just leave some hair.
Grow facial hair there.
Yeah, you've got like facial hair like all in your fucking like under your eyes and like your laugh lines.
My eyes look like they're hiding in bushes.
Imagine a thing that goes here and then comes up over your laugh lines. Like, wouldn't that be crazy?
Has anyone ever actually done that kind of character design where it's like a character who has just bushy outlines of eyes, like their hair just all around their eyes?
No, I don't think so. I think now's your time.
That's mine. If someone does it, you owe me money,
bro. When do you? This is how it works. This is what you need to do, okay? And I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but I'm gonna do that. All right. So, you should do like a Hollywood Hulk Hogan, like the darkest, super dark, like dyed stubble, like it's just black stubble, okay? And then like a really thick blonde handlebar mustache. And you have to do this a lot. Yeah. And like what is the other one? It's the wait, how does he do it? It's not this. It's not the little teapot. It's this. I don't know why I went from this to like this. He's kind of zesty.
Dude, you were, as RuPaul would say, you were serving cunt whore there.
For sure, dude. Yeah,
that was awesome.
Anyway, do that. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
I think it's a missed opportunity for a branding thing, because you could be like your hero, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that's right. You know me so well.
Yeah.
So that's going on. Lucio has changed his name.
Yes. He's also become my friend in real life.
He's actually become friends with Bill. They live less than 10 minutes apart from one another by foot. That shit is so crazy, and the walk between them is so chill.
It's super chill.
It's pretty easy to probably spot them in town if you live in Philly and just like follow them home,
Yeah, you can just break in.
It was really dope. I really like it out there.
You're like, here's their addresses. Here's their lock codes for their apartment. It is crazy though, because I knew that he lived in the same general area as me, like he was going to be like when I was looking at apartments and stuff, but finding this one And then me texting him and be like, oh yeah, like I really like this spot. And then him being like, oh shit, that's 10 minutes from me by foot. I also got to hang out with fucking Deadbeat. Like Deadbeat lives near me, which is a producer I've worked with. Who's the producer of Deep Space Nine.
Deadbeat.
Yeah, super duper talented dude. Love that guy. Really cool guy. But yeah. And I've been making a concerted effort to like make friends here, which has been crazy. And it
is crazy. The idea of you making friends.
I know that aren't you. It makes you angry.
We're friends?
Wait, say it again. Sorry, it cut out.
We're friends?
Let's keep it loose. Let's not go with these labels. Let's not label this situation.
Yeah. Let's not commit to any kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
Come on now. Let's keep it nice and loose.
And what is the equivalent of like, they have like the friend zone? What is like the acquaintance zone? That's where I'm trying to keep you at right now. Like, the colleague
Familiar
zone.
zone. Familiarity zone.
Yeah. But no, it's been sick. I've been making little friends, trying to make music friends too. Now that I'm in a city, but it's been cool hanging out with Lucio. We went to the movies the other day, hung out, got popcorn.
When are you gonna be friends with Black Thought?
Tomorrow probably. I mean, what will we talk about?
Does he even live out in Philly?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
He probably lives in New York. That would make more sense, right?
Yeah. Well, why would he live in the same city as me, a loser? I
thought he was from Philly.
Oh, I don't know. I actually do not know. I never thought about it.
You should.
Kiss.
Schoolie D.
What about him?
Work with Schoolie D.
I would love to do that.
He's still alive. He's from Philly. He's the inventor of gangsta rap.
Hell yeah.
Most people know him as the dude that did the intro for Aqua Team Hunger Force.
Yes.
But he actually invented gangsta rap. He inspired Ice-T.
Yeah, we've actually talked about him at length on the rap facts that we ended on. Remember? That might have been like first 3 episodes we talked about him.
Hell yeah.
So it all comes back. But no, honestly, like...
Work with Schoolie D, reach out.
If I could work with Schoolie D, that would do wonders for like my street cred. Like people would take, like if I said some scary shit in a song, people would take it seriously instead of being like, oh, Bill.
I don't think so.
What do you mean? If I work with the inventor of gangster rap, then I can't like assimilate slightly and be like, oh yeah, I've held a gun. Like, can I have something?
Okay, but then your verse has to start with, yeah, I held a gun once.
Okay, I'll do it.
It has to be something like that to ground you in reality.
Yeah, it has to be like super hard shit.
But you can make it dramatic as fuck to make yourself sound epic.
Yeah, that's me being dramatic. Yeah, I held a gun once.
It was very heavy.
Yeah.
It hurt my finger.
Recoil was scary.
It gave me carpal tunnel.
I held it with one hand and not 2, and it hurt.
It made my arm go ow.
Ow. Imagine somebody clapping somebody, doming somebody, fucking brains go everywhere, and your first thing is going like, owie!
What the fuck? This gun shit sucks.
You gotta get a little white boy mad too, do that number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Get a little upset.
If a white man is really mad and there's no wall to punch, what happens? It's kind of like one of those, like if a tree falls.
Was he
in the
even
forest
mad in the first place?
Like, no, but what happens? What do they do?
I don't know. That's a tough one. Because
What would you do? Think about yourself. You're Superman.
Well, like, I will say this. I don't know if this is specifically just a
Lose
white
yourself
boy.
is playing in the background.
If this is it a white boy thing to like want to hit a thing when you get angry? Because I definitely am like that. Like not like a person or anything.
I think
but
it's a human thing. I think it's just the stereotype of you're punching a drywall.
yeah. See, that's the thing is like I was raised in a fucking double wide. Okay, and my parents would have been so fucking pissed if I punched a hole in that shitty wall. Okay. So like I'm not like I'm like hit the hard like I'll hit my table.
Some people don't give a fuck. I'm just saying some people you have that respect or fear in your heart.
Yeah, I
you wanna
resist
call it,
my
right?
white boy urges to punch a hole in the wall. I just punch my leg. I hit my leg a lot, but
You punch a hole in your dick.
yeah. You know what I think is my most crazy toxic white boy thing that I do in that regard.
With a controller when you're losing.
Yeah, no, this is my go-to thing when I'm playing specifically Pokemon Unite and I'm holding my Switch. I give it a little headbutt. I go, duh. That shit feels good too.
Oh, dude. Oh my god.
I definitely, what's crazy? I definitely fucked up my first
That's
Switch.
crazy. I don't know how to call that without like coming across as offensive.
No. Say it with your chest. Go ahead and say it, bro. Go ahead. It's already out in the open.
I think it's very.
It's the only game that makes me
Animal-like
mad.
of you? I don't know.
Animal-like? Is that it? Animal-like?
I don't know. I guess it's. I don't know. And would an animal head? No, it's not.
They don't feel frustration, I don't think. Animals are. Well, I guess they do.
Yeah, they do. What the fuck?
They do. I don't
You've
know.
never seen frustrated dogs or frustrated cats? Come
No,
on now.
I don't have those types of animals around me. They're just happy all the
Fuck up.
time.
You've seen those. You've seen animals frustrated
No, I
when you're
haven't.
eating and they want you to give some of their food, some of your food, but you're not giving it to them, and then they start to like act out. You've never seen that in your whole life?
No, I would not. My dog would never do that. Why would you think that?
Well, some people get to experience that kind of tragic.
This is what Cleo does. Okay, she sits and I'll be eating and she'll just get uncomfortably close to the plate, but never do anything about it. Like she just kind of puts her head close enough to where she's kind of breathing on my food. And then I go, fuck off, dog.
I
And then-
think that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't even remember why we got here.
Because I
we were
headbutt my
talking about
Switch when I'm
your-
very angry. Yeah.
Your Switch thing. I think it would be funny as fuck if one of these days you play Pokemon Unite
And I just
lost and went, broke it into it too, like a skateboard, you know?
Yeah.
And just like swung both sides of the Switch above your head, like
Yeah.
and then throw them down, and they catch fire.
That would be really good. And then I also catch fire as well.
And then you explode.
Yeah. No.
Into like a mushroom cloud.
Yeah. No. I don't headbutt it hard, but I will say it's like a good way to. I know it sounds really dumb, but it definitely.
I mean, bro, what makes you say that? What makes you say that it sounds really dumb? No, let's deconstruct that. What makes you say that sounds dumb?
Well, part of it is your reaction is a little, it seems as though.
I feel like you're deflecting by using me. I feel like you need to. I think you need to
look deeper.
look
I need to
inside,
deeper.
right? Not look outside.
Okay. Well, I know it's dumb because it's already dumb to take out your frustrations on a silly thing like a video game, and in any kind of like, oh, I'm hitting a thing. It's already like a dumb unga boonga thing to do. Okay.
Right.
But it's also like a particularly kind of like I don't know the word to say, but it's a particularly odd way of doing it. But it just feels natural. Well, it's funny when you see me do it. It's kind of like makes sense. It makes sense.
And then also the other layer of this odd tiramisu, as it were, is that like this is over Pokemon Unite, which for those that don't know what that is, that's League of Legends Lite.
Yeah.
You know, instead of an hour-long campaign, it's 10-minute long.
But you were okay. Don't act like, because you were there in the trenches with me. You know how bad that game got.
I agree.
It objectively makes anyone who plays it a worse person.
I think people can pull out. I feel like you have not pulled out in years.
No.
And that's a crazy thing to think about because there's still only ever been 2 maps available in that game.
Yeah,
It's been like 3 years now. Come on.
It is insane. It is insane. The quality of life in that game is abysmal. However, there is this feeling, and it's the same feeling I got when I was like really locked in on Dragon Ball Fighters, where I feel like I'm like a superhuman when I'm winning, and I'm like, damn, this is like such a good I've been playing a little bit of Marvel Rivals as well, and I feel the same thing with that game. So yeah, but I don't get mad at Marvel Rivals, and I don't get mad. I did get mad at Dragon Ball Fighters, but only a little. Like, yeah, Unite's the only one.
Have you ever punched your own genitals out of frustration or something like that?
Probably accidentally. Yeah. Whoops, I meant to hit my chair, but my giant balls were in the way. Oh no, what am I gonna do? When was the last time you sat down on your balls?
I actually haven't sat down on my balls in a minute, but I've kicked myself in the balls a lot. I think my last time I kicked myself in the balls might have been in February. Because I said, almost said Rick Ross applesauce. I said crisscross applesauce.
Oh, that's the worst, dude.
A lot. So when I come out of it too quickly, sometimes I kick myself with the back of my heel.
No,
I say the back of my heel as opposed to the front of my heel.
No, it's rough. I have a lot of thigh, and so it's just a lot of like intersection that just kind of TMI. We probably should take that out. I don't know if we want to talk about our balls to that extent.
Did it say yay not guilty on the TV earlier for a second?
It's ye not guilty. Ye.
That's crazy.
No, it's from
These
fucking
dog
it's Big O.
brother.
It's Big O, dude. It's Big O.
Bingo. That don't look like bingo.
Anyway,
You're digging yourself a deeper hole here, buddy. Your lies aren't
I'm
adding
trying to
up.
talk about my thighs crushing my balls right now, buddy. Okay, can we?
Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah. Let's stop talking about yay and all this other stuff. But yeah, no, dude, it sucks when you sit on your balls, dude. It's not fun.
Speaking of yay, let's just quickly touch on this thing. The joint. I mean, obviously, Ye's been going crazy for a minute now. His Hitler arc has lasted a couple years now. And I think it's kind of reaching new heights with him putting out that single that actually, I don't know how it's doing on other platforms, if it even exists on other platforms, but on Twitter it performed very well.
Yeah,
it seems.
Yeah.
And
it's probably from all the retweets you did of it.
yeah. It's very disconcerting, man, and people like all over the place, including people like Joe Rogan, are almost kind of like defending it. You know, they're like, but like that's kind of part of his genius is that like he could say something like this.
Well, to me, I'm like, just from a standpoint of like him trying, I really am excited for
his next few albums, right? I know you are.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
Right now.
No, but I'm excited for a day when like Kanye learns that.
Hey, come on, his name's Ye.
Sorry, my fault. Ye. That. I'm excited for a day that when Ye like learns that like this edgelord shit, like him trying to be an edgelord is like not creatively like anything.
Also just corny as fuck.
Well, it's corny as fuck. It's also just like deeply problematic and all this other stuff. But like to me, I'm like, just from the perspective of like, let's strip all that away from it. It just feels like to me, it's like not. It's not like you're not giving us anything. It's just like, okay, cool. Like, what crazy thing can you say now versus like trying to do any of the stuff that he was good at, you know? And it's really unfortunate. But I also think that it feels like it's like he's too deep down this like manic rabbit hole. And I don't know if he's ever really going to come out of it. Is that good? What is that? What are you eating?
This is a little Russian rooster,
Oh, it's that cock.
like
Munching that cock.
yeah. Anywho's.
I really like that I can see now.
What do you mean?
The sun's not in my eyes,
Oh, true.
which is nice.
Why you slouch like that, brother? Come on, we're doing a podcast. Be more respectful.
Is this better?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so anyway, Bill, sorry, my brain's a little fried.
Yeah.
We're back, though.
Oh, are we back?
We're back.
I'm going back
called?
to slouch.
Void FM is back. We're back, baby.
We're back avoiding the femmes.
Bill, tell us about the Patreon situation.
Whoa! That's all I gotta say about that, baby. We recorded
Just a touch more. Just a touch more.
we recorded a bunch of episodes over the course of the last few months that we were like, oh, we're gonna release these, and then we got caught up doing other stuff, and so we felt like it would be kind of lame to put out something from like 2 months ago or whatever, right? So all of those episodes, as an apology from us for being gone for so long, will be available for the $5 tiers people on our Patreon. And so that's going to be, I think, 4 episodes plus bonus episodes. I don't know how many exactly it is in total, but it's a lot of episodes, right? It's just like it's everything up until this point, you know. I think even some of it might have been like when I was in Asheville. I can't remember. So that's neat.
It may be.
Yeah. So then also for our $20. Oh yeah. Also, sorry. I for the people who aren't initiated, for every episode that we put out on YouTube, we also put out an episode onto the Patreon. So for example, if we put out an episode today, there will be one on the $5 tier. You can watch it on the Patreon and you'll be like, damn, bro, they're good at talking. Them two boys can talk real good. Okay.
Yeah, if you want more of this, we do more.
Yeah,
sometimes we play games.
Yeah. It's really sweet, actually. Really pretty gnarly. And then for $20, what are we doing now? We were gonna do a bunch of other stuff, but we never really like fully discussed what we're doing for the $20 right now.
Just make it up.
Okay. We'll just
And then
make
we
it.
have to live, and then we have to do it.
Okay, well, I mean, we were talking about doing game nights, like once a month, we do a game night where we play with the people who pay the $20 tier in our Void FM Discord. Maybe play something like Jackbox or I don't know, fucking Poop Simulator 12 or something. I don't know, dude. Whatever they play. And then also we have the advice hour where people come through. I don't know if we're still doing that or not, but we'll probably do it at some point. Maybe once a month, do a little thing where everybody gets together. We do a little advice hour, and that'll also go up on the Patreon for people to. So if you want to be on an episode for a Patreon episode, ask us your questions. Be like, oh man, I don't know how to fix my lawnmower. And then Rav's like, well, it's the turbinator's attached to the turbinator. You know, that you could be that. I'm a natural born salesman.
Sailor Man.
Sailor Man, Sailor Moon. Hey, little man, look at this poon.
The following is a preview of this week's Patreon exclusive episode. Available now over on the Void FM podcast Patreon.
Welcome back, y'all. This is Void FM, but you know, the dark after hours.
Yeah, this is where we get
version of
sexy. Ain't nothing like watering your kush seeds.
That shit look like a butthole.
Yeah, dude.
That shit look like a butthole.
That's
too.
why it's on the after hours, because we're smoking on buttholes. Mm-hmm. Whoa.
What's this one about?
Oh, it looks like a giant, like kind of like an Among Us.
Kobe.
Kobe. Whoa. Kobe.
And